Are you looking for a property to buy or rent? Ewells Realty has got you covered. At Ewells, they offer comprehensive advisory services in mortgage finance, sales, marketing, leasing, and investment. At Ewells, they are there to guide you through all your real estate needs. Call them on 050-158-0464 or info@ewellsconsult.com. Are you planning for New Year weddings, birthdays, or surprise parties? Sophie's Food Bank has got you covered. They cook delicious meals and finger foods, both local and continental. Give them a call at 020-5793-951. And make sure you join the Homeowners Show on Metro TV every Saturday at 6 p.m. GMT. as we bring you all the exciting and educative conversation from building and the construction industry in Ghana and beyond. To sponsor or partner with the Homeowners Show, call or text 0243-272753. And make sure you also like, comment, share the program to others at Metro TV Ghana or Homeowners TV GH. And make sure you WhatsApp us on 0243-272753. And as I mentioned earlier, I am truly honored and excited to welcome our incredible guest today, Mr. Ebo Acquah, the CEO of Blue Rose Limited. Mr. Acquah, good evening.
Fine evening.
How are you today?
I'm doing wonderfully.
You look great.
We thank God.
We thank God indeed. So before we get started, I want to find out why did you call this construction company or this development company Blue Rose? Like, where did that name come from?
Wow. Thank you, and good evening to all your wonderful and cherished viewers. This question I've answered over a million times.
Make this 1,000,001.
Everywhere I go, I'm asked this question whether I have a wife called Rose or
what
is it? The name of my company is called Blue Rose, and I remembered when I started, I chose my own name, Golden Touch.
Wow.
And at the day I went to register general to register, that was August 1989. When I got there, the name Blue Rose just dropped.
Wow.
And it dropped with the meaning. It said I was into gardening, and we deal with roses, and then there was all the colors of roses, and it's hardly that you see a blue rose.
Really?
So it just dropped, and the Lord said, I'm going to make you unique. You will be the answer people are yearning for.
Wow.
So I was just obedient, and I just jotted down the Blue Rose, and that has been the story till date.
Wow. So I need to add a man of resilience, faith, and obedience.
Yes.
Blue Rose, he will make
Yeah.
you unique indeed. Yeah. So tell me, when did you start Blue Rose? How long has it been now?
Oh, Blue Rose has been in the system quite a number of years. I think we are in our 38th year.
38 years.
38
Congratulations.
Years, yes. Thank you.
Wow.
We just started just after my national service. Then when you finish A-level, you do 1 year national service. So I finished my A-level June 87.
Mm-hmm.
Then I did a 1 year national service with Ministry of Agric Fish Farming Unit. Then we were using the State House as our base. So just after the service, I love flowers.
Mm-hmm.
So I went into just changing the landscape of where I live, my sister's place. Wow. And I did it, and the few friends who came there, they were very pleased with it. So they asked who did it. They said, oh, my brother. I said, oh, can you come and do the same for me? I said, oh, why not? So I started doing it, and it started like a hobby. And I love it, and I was doing it, and I was doing it very well.
Wow, I love, one thing I love about your journey, and I do get the whole blue rose that God will make you unique, because your journey is unique, and it's a journey of inspiration. You started off as a gardener,
Yeah.
as you were saying,
And once
and
a
you were
gardener,
just
always a gardener.
once a gardener, always a gardener.
Yeah.
Well, in this case, a developer as well. So tell us about that journey. How did you started off as a gardener,
Yeah.
and people started seeing the beautiful gardens, and the word started spreading that you were the one who was planting all these beautiful roses.
Yeah.
And then how did you move from roses to cement blocks?
So I was doing the gardening. I was doing very well, and then gardening was not
Popular?
so popular, and there were only few garden shops in town. One, I remember one at Teshinungwa and one at North Kaneshi, and that was it in Accra.
Wow.
So I used my sister's place as my first garden shop. Then I moved to Achimota New Plan. Then I did one at Achimota Overhead. Then I did two at Dansuma. So I had 4 flower shops. And I started looking for guys who need job to do. So anybody who will walk to my garden wants to do something, I'll just employ the person. I would train, and it was growing. And I was also getting a lot of contracts, people's houses, and I was doing it, and I was happy. And once you were doing whatever you do and you do it well, the money comes.
Yes.
I was not doing it because of the money, but because I love what I was doing.
Your
I was doing it, and the money was coming. And I started bidding for government jobs, and I started getting it. So I did a lot of very important houses. I worked with Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Education.
So you were doing all their gardens?
I was doing all the gardens. I was doing most of the roofs, the median, the sideways. I worked with Construction Pioneer. I did work with Sonitra, the Kaswa median, the sideway.
Wow.
The Tetakwashi to National Theatre, the median, the sideways. I did the Nkoko bypass. No, I did a lot.
I would love to see your personal garden right now.
I did, and I trained a lot of people into gardening. And even as I'm speaking, I have a lot of flower shops in town that, there were people I trained, and they are still doing it.
Fantastic. So how did you transition to developing?
Yes, so through my garden, I started working with ACP Estates, then at Pokwase. So I was doing their landscaping at Pokwase, and I saw their houses. Their houses were nice, but those times the prices were high. So Ghanaian living in Ghana could not afford it. It was only Ghanaian in diaspora who were able to afford them. So I worked with them for some time. I did most of their landscaping there. Then a worker of mine introduced me to Kaswa. He was always chasing me, oh, there's a land at Kaswa. The guy pestered my life, so eventually I have to go and look at the land.
Wow.
So the first land I looked at was 12 plots. When I was going, nobody liked Kaswa. So I remember the whole chiefs, about 5 or 6 of them, all followed me to the land. And it was 12 plots. I got there and I said, I'm buying it all.
Wow.
I bought it without knowing what I was going to use it for. But I just saw it, I said, I'm buying it. And those times, the plot was going for just about 200 cedis, not the new cedis, 200 old cedis.
Old currency.
So now when you calculate, I don't know whether it's pesos or not. And I didn't have the money. I also had just 200. So I gave it to them as advance. And so I'll pay the rest. Then we had an arrangement, and I paid.
Wow.
So from there, anytime there's a land somewhere, so this land, they'll bring me land. And I was buying the land without even knowing what I was going to use it for.
So it was all land banking. You were buying and just holding on to the land.
Yes, I was buying and holding on to it. But I never had a plan of putting up houses for sale. So whilst I was working, because I was also working with ACP, a few of my friends outside asked me to oversee their construction for them, which I was doing free of charge. And so at a point I said, okay, the two of my plots, I want to put something there for my children. So I started building, and I had this contract at the Liberation Road. I needed money. So I said, oh, let me put these houses. There were two. Let me put them on the market for sale.
Right.
And it was surprising. It took me 4 years. Nobody was buying.
4 years
4
before
years.
you. Why do you think that was?
No, because Kaswa and people have a whole lot of negative this thing about Kaswa. And then the road was not done. Then there was a traffic. When you want to come to Accra, you have to leave 4 a.m.
Right,
before
so
you
the
get to
roads
Accra.
were bad.
So the roads were bad.
Kaswa was not a beautiful place
and
to
there was
people.
nothing beautiful about the
This
place.
is interesting. You know, I love the fact that you waited for 4 years before you were able to sell one house.
Yes.
Because people didn't like Kaswa.
Yeah.
But, you know, a lot of people would have been discouraged and they would have stopped buying land in Kaswa and moved on. So what made you continue to stay and be determined to build in Kaswa till today? 38 years later, you're still in Kaswa.
You know, one thing I would say that I'm a believer and I believe in God.
Amen.
And I'm not just a believer, I also believe whatever the Lord says is true. So the first time I went to Kaswa, I stepped there and I had a revelation about Kaswa, how Kaswa is going to be.
Wow.
So
I
kept that.
Yes.
I kept that, and that was my backbone. I know, and you see, let me tell you, Kaswa, the accessibility of Kaswa was great. It's on a major road, the N1, connecting Central Region, Western Region, Côte d'Ivoire, and so Kaswa accessibility is number one. So though those times were not developed, I knew with time it's going to be one of the prime area in Ghana, and I'm not surprised how the place have turned out to be.
Folks, I hope you are tuning in, and I hope you're catching every word from Mr. Acquah, because, you know, he was a man of faith. He stuck it out because God gave you a word and you stood on that word. 38 years later, Kaswa is one of the most strategic locations to buy because of all the accessibility to all these different areas that you mentioned. And, you know, one thing I love about Blue Rose is that you are known as one of the most affordable real estate developers in the entire country, where properties are usually so expensive. So I want to find out from you, as of today, how many properties have you built? How many Ghanaians have actually bought houses from Blue Rose?
Yes, when you say Blue Rose stand for affordability, we don't just stand for affordability, but we put real meaning in affordable housing in Ghana, because I remember when we started, people came to us, some bought it, you know, 5,000 Ghana cedis, people bought houses.
Wow.
You know, we were approached by some security personnel of certain company. They needed places, and their money was not up to 10,000. And whoever comes to us with your amount, will see and will build something for you. And we did all those things, and they were happy. They were also bringing their friend. Another company came to us with their drivers. They needed accommodation. We said, how much are they able to get mortgage? And what they were getting cannot even buy them a land. But we were able to manage them, and we got them a very decent house. And up to today, they are on retirement and they are still living in. And when we are building we make sure that not because we are building affordable houses, we just do a makeshift something. We make sure that we do it best to
good
our
quality
ability and good quality. Because I quite remember more than 20, 25 years, the people are still living in the house without cracks and other things. And they are very happy.
Very good quality. So how many homes have you built 38 years later?
So far, we have done about 2,500 plus. And we are still counting.
Over 2,500 homes.
So
congratulations.
We have housed more than 2,500 families.
Wow, this deserves an applause. Congratulations. Congratulations. Now, I understand that you offer generous space as well in terms of the homes. You know, nowadays you can find like 4 houses on half a plot or one plot. It's really crowded. But I understand that with Blue Rose, you want to offer your homeowners a lot of space. Is this because you're still thinking of the garden and you want people to be able to have a garden and plant blue roses?
So when you talk about home is not just a place to stay. You know, you have to make sure that there is a little, you can park your car, there is a little garden, the children can have a space to turn around.
Yes.
You see, we are blessed to have the sun. So the children must not always be inside the indoors. They must have a place. If they want to turn around, they can hold their bicycle or that. So we try to make sure that we give them space so that though affordable, we can also have a very decent, because somebody will buy 1 bedroom today. Next 10 years, that person is a manager. You get so you must give the person a place that when the family even increase, he can extend it so that at least the family will be comfortable living there.
Wow, I love that idea. So you're not only thinking about the homeowner today, but the homeowner in the future. That if they want to expand their family, you don't have to pack up and leave. You can just expand because of the space that you give them. This is fantastic. Aren't you very thoughtful? I love that. Now let's talk numbers, because what is affordable? Affordable to me may not be affordable to you, or vice versa, right? So give us an idea of how much you charge, for example, for a 2-bed house in Kaswa.
You see, when you say affordable is rarity, and when you say 2 bed, there can be a 2-bed of 50 square meter, there can be a 2-bed of 70 square meter, there can be a 2-bed of 100 square meter. So normally, I always define affordability based on square meters.
Sure.
Because other than that, you get it wrong. And from our now Ghana, with the cost of material, at least any house that the cost is square meter is less than 10,000 Ghana cedi, I consider it as affordable housing.
Okay, so now give us a range. Your 2-bedroom, what's the size?
2-bedroom standard, the size is about 98 square meter.
98 square meters. Folks, for those of you watching from overseas, 98 square meters is 980 square feet. So that's a very good size for a 2-bedroom. That's pretty big. And what would be the average cost for that?
The standard you can get about 500, and the executive you can get it about 750.
That is very good. 500,000 Ghana cedis.
Yeah, for the standard 2-bedroom, and the executive. All depend on the kind of finishing. But when it comes to the block work, whether standard or executive, they are all the same.
This is fantastic. And then a 3-bed is what size?
The 3-bed, we are talking about 180 square meter.
Okay, so that's about 1,800 square feet. That's very big for a 3-bed. The average 3-bed is about 1,000 square feet, which is about 100 square meters. So he's talking about 1,800. That's a lot of space. Now, what about the communities? Is this a gated community? Are they amenities? Tell us about the security and that sort of thing in the community.
You see, Blue Rose, we don't just build houses.
Oh, wow.
We create communities. One beautiful thing about what we are doing is that wherever we are building, we try to also bring a lot of amenities there, so that if you are there, you don't want to go to town, you can get all your immediate things there, you can pay your bills around. So estates, we have the utilities there, fiber optic, we have the water and the electricity. Our street lighting are all solar powered street lighting. We have a police station there.
Wow.
We have a church there. We have a community church there. We have a small shopping center. We also have a clinic on the way. We have parks. We have community center all within, and we have a mini forest within our estate.
Look at that! So he really is a gardener at heart. I love this. This is fantastic. And so you talked about solar panels. So there's sustainability as well. And then what I'd like to know is, with the building material? Because a lot of people import to build. A lot of developers import. Do you import, or do you source from local artisans as well?
We source about 90% of our material locally.
This is great.
We source most of our material locally, and we believe in Ghana, and we believe in made in Ghana. Like my personal house, for instance, my ceiling is one of my first house. The ceiling is made with bamboo, and my wall are solid stones, just brush stone, not plastic.
Wow. So made with bamboo?
Yes, my ceiling. When it comes to my house, my ceiling is made with bamboo.
This is fantastic.
And I did this more than 20 years, and it's still standing. Very beautiful.
Very sturdy.
Yeah.
This is incredible. So for viewers watching right now, and this affordable housing, how would they be able to make payments if they're working, right? And they maybe don't want to take out a mortgage. Do you have any sort of flexible payments? If I walk into Blue Rose today, what is the process for me to buy a 2-bedroom house?
If you walk into Blue Rose and you are working, I will expect that at least you go to a bank and take a mortgage. You get, because with mortgage you can get about 10 to 15 years to pay. That will not stretch your budget. But if you have a very good savings and you are able to pay about down payment of 50%, we can give you, we can take that and give you some time to make it the rest. And there are a few people who are not qualified for mortgage. There are people who are doing their own job. They don't have all the requirements of a mortgage. You come, we listen to you, and we see how best we can meet you halfway. So we don't have a rigid decision. We have a custom-made payment plan that will listen. You come, we listen to you, and whatever you tell us, if it's acceptable to us, we put that on paper. Then we sign, you sign, then we go by it.
So does this mean that all your homes, and we can see on the screen some of your beautiful homes, does it mean that all your homes are completed before one is able to buy, or do you do off-plan projects like we hear with other developers?
Because our prices are good, we always build them. We don't wait for the client to come before. So people come, and within a month they have their house.
Wow.
We always build them because we know that our price is good, and we know that we are building right. So we don't wait for the client. We don't wait for your money before we start building. We are always building. So people come. There are people who have come, and within 3 weeks or a month, they are living in their houses. Because, because of what has happened, a lot of people don't also have a lot of trust with developers. So we must also prove to them that we are different. And I tell you, our clients are very happy. Some of them, they come, we house them before they even get their houses, and we try to deliver on time.
Wow. I love the fact that people can easily come to Blue Rose and get a house soon. You don't have to wait 18 months, 24. He waited 4 years to sell his first house, and he doesn't want you to have to wait to move into your first house.
No, there are people who are bought from us. We don't know them anywhere. They paid money to us. We pick them from the airport. We house them, and the next day we take them to their house.
Wow, look at that.
Yes.
This is fantastic.
See, when you buy from Blue Rose, you don't just buy a house. You buy into the family. It's a Blue Rose family. And the staff, the client, we are a family. Because once you have a property, it means that's where you are going to live the rest of your life.
That's right.
You will see us more than you see other family members. So we see our clients as family members.
Wow. Listen to Mr. Ebo Acquah, the CEO of Blue Rose Limited, where you become a part of the Blue Rose family. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to continue our discussion with this man of faith, resilience, and obedience. We'll be right back.
In every school, there is history. In every homecoming, there is pride. But in 2025, pride became competition. From convoys that shook the streets to colors worn with honor, from powerful reunions to legacy projects that will stand forever. Metro TV asked one bold question: which school truly owned the legacy in 2025? Welcome to School's Homecoming 2025. Who is who? Send your school name, convoy videos, speech and prize giving highlights, and your 2025 legacy projects to 0550 090 702. School's Homecoming, my school, my pride. This event is sponsored by Zoom Lion and Appointed Time Printing. School's Homecoming 2025 is a Metro TV event supported by Original TV, Original 91.9 FM, and Metro Digital.
We're here once again with Madam Abigail. If you quite remember, she came back from the Netherlands and she got her house. She's been with us for some weeks now, and now she's going back. So we want to ask her how her experience was here. So thank you for talking to us again.
Wonderful. Wow. That's just it. Wonderful.
Have an environment.
Very safe. Very safe. It's contrary to what we all hear about Kaswa. Very safe. Very safe.
Wow, we're glad to know that.
Very, very safe.
Today you're going back and we hope to see you again.
Oh, definitely.
Before that, how is probably proximity to the road, access to basic things, how is it like for this?
That's a bit challenging, and that's because the road is now under construction, but it is doable, and I hope by the time I get back that the road will be completed. It will make it faster, but there are different ways of getting to even Accra into town. That's not a problem. You can either go by trotro, by Uber, boats, so that's not even a problem at all.
Okay, we're glad that you enjoyed your stay. There are a lot of misconceptions about Kaswa.
Definitely.
So we want you to tell people your experience and then your encouragement that if they have misconceptions, debunk them and then...
Okay. Even before I bought a house here in Kaswa, my friends were like, Kaswa, why Kaswa? Why don't you watch the news? Everything bad that happens in Ghana is Kaswa. I was like, did I make the mistake? But until I came to live here like a couple of weeks now, I've not even had a slight fear. Everyone around you is helpful. You know, like when I'm on the road, the kids greet you, the motorbike guys, they approach you to drop you. Everybody is so friendly. They're safe too. I go out by night, I come back by night. Sometimes the trotro drops me by the roadside and I take the rest by foot. And there's always somebody around. Kaswa never sleeps. So, contrary to what you hear in the news, it's definitely not like that. Sorry to disappoint you guys, but it's definitely not like that.
All right, sure.
And Blue Rose, the gardens, the estate is secured. There's always somebody at the gate who checks who's coming in and out. So, safety top notch.
All right, you heard it. So all the misconceptions, you see, sometimes when bad things happen, bad things travel faster, and sometimes the reportages are not actually accurate. So you might think, Kaswa is that bad, but it's not. It's actually safe. It never sleeps, like you said. It's always jamming, especially during festive seasons. And Blue Gardens Estate by Blue Rose Limited is one of the safest. Our security is on point, serene environment and everything. So if you are thinking of coming back to buying a property in Ghana or coming back to Ghana, or if you want to as someone in the diaspora who wants to trace back his roots and wants to settle in Ghana, look at this estate. We have 1 to 4 bedroom houses for you. Call us on the numbers on your screen and we'll answer you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
We hope
And I'll be back soon.
wish you safe.
Definitely. I'll be back soon.
Okay.
Welcome back to the Homeowners Show, where I'm interviewing such an inspiring man, Mr. Ebo Acquah, the CEO of Blue Rose Limited. You know, we just saw this incredible success story of somebody overseas who trusted you with their money and came all the way to Ghana and received their home. So, you know, you talked about how somebody living in Ghana can walk into your office and purchase a property. How is this different for those people in the diaspora, those people overseas? What is the process if somebody watching right now somewhere overseas and they want to buy from Blue Rose, what do they need to do?
No, if the person is overseas, you just contact our office, the numbers are there, or you go to our website, send us an email, and promptly we'll respond to that. If you have a family member or a friend, you want him to come over to come and see the place, is welcome. We'll welcome the person. There are people who also don't want to trust it to anybody. They deal with us, and when they come, they get their property.
Yes.
So last year, for instance, we did close to about 90% diaspora.
Wow.
They trust us, and because they trust us, they also recommend us to their friends, their family members. So we are known, and they know that with Blue Rose, you can entrust your burden into them, and you are very safe.
You'll definitely get it. What an easy process for you to be able to buy a home from Blue Rose. So if you're overseas, just make sure you call the numbers that you saw on the screen, send an email, and somebody will assist you. Now, the lady talked about security, because everybody kind of talks negatively about Kaswa, that, oh, it's a crime-infested area, it's dangerous. What measures are you putting in place to ensure that everybody in your communities are safe?
I've lived in Kaswa all my adulthood.
Wow.
I lived there and I still live there. And I tell you, if it's not a good place, I would never live there. I've lived there. I've given birth, my children school there, and my children are all way up there. They are very secure place with good schools. And you see, one good thing about that place is that cost of living is also not too high as compared to some parts of Accra.
Wow, yeah.
So there are so many things that go for you. But you see, it's not always that, perception people have. Somebody will talk about Kaswa as if he has lived there before, but he has never even stepped there. He saw something. You see, crime happen everywhere. Even when you get to Isregon, Laboni, things happen. But when it happens, they don't mention their name. But if anything happens, not even Kaswa and on even Winneba, they will say that Kaswa Road. So most of the stories, sometimes people come out, most of them, they are not true. Yeah. There was a time somebody said, oh, somebody has been killed. I asked the reporter, have you seen the body? Have you contacted the police? He said, no. Did you know where he was killed? So most of these stories, most of them are not true. I live there. My children all live there. We don't have security guiding us. We go and come every day.
Right.
So Kaswa is not as people say, because I've sent more than 2,500 families. If the place is that bad, you know, all the people have run away by now.
Yes. So it's secure. So top 3 reasons why people should buy from Kaswa. Number 1, it is secure, it is safe. What's 2 and 3?
Number 2, accessibility.
Accessibility.
Every time of the day, you can get a public transport there. There are so many parts of Accra, even 8 o'clock, you can't get public transport. 24/7, you have a public transport running Kaswa. And every part of Accra, Tema, you have straight Kaswa. And the traffic, you know, when I was coming here, it took me 45 minutes to come from my home to this place.
Not bad.
And a lot of people are even within Accra. And when they are moving from one place to another, it takes them about an hour. So comparatively, there are so many things that goes for us. Cost of living is not as high as in Accra. My children were in school in Accra. I moved them. When I moved there, I moved them there. And I moved them to a school closer by. And they did excellent. And all of them got their best schools. Some went to Fatipim, Augustus at this school. And all of them, just from Kaswa, they got all their best schools.
Wow. So there you have it. Top 3 reasons: security, accessibility, and the cost of living is sweet.
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's talk about
the last thing I forgot to tell you, see, because it's also a developing area.
Yes.
Equity is high.
Folks,
equity
investors, this is
very
good news.
high because it's developing, and if a place is keep developing, it means that you get property today, next day, you know, the price keeps going high. Because when I go to Gaza, you know, you can get a land for free, but now you can't get it. And all the banks are there. Why are they there? Every bank have their branch there. If the place is not good, no bank will like to go. Yeah. If the place security is not good, no bank will like to open a branch there.
Yeah, so I love what you said, because this is a good opportunity for investors. Because if you buy today, in a few years, because it's a developing area, it builds equity. Yeah. So you're experiencing great appreciation. This is fantastic. Now, the other side of security, let's talk about land security, right? We've talked about security, the area. Land security, because people say you can't title lands in Kaswa. A lot of the lands there are unregistered. You've been doing business for almost 40 years. You're at 39 this year, yeah. I believe. And so what is your blueprint to make sure the documentation is good?
If you can register land, then we are not in business. Because as a real estate, when you sell a house to anybody, you must be able to transfer all our land. You see, bureaus have our way of dealing in land. We make sure that we buy land from secondary owners. We don't buy from primary owners like the chiefs. We buy from somebody who has bought it, whose presence is on it, who has registered it. So we have a process we go through. And before we build on any land, if you have not registered it, we'll never build. So every land that we are built on is in our name before we touch it. So we have our procedure and we strictly follow with that.
Okay, so I love the fact that you have some sort of blueprint, yeah. that you make sure the land is documented, yeah. is titled, you do your yeah. due diligence, and then you make sure that you're buying it from a secondary yeah. owner to make sure that they have had a long-term presence yeah. on that. That's very intelligent. I love that. Now, you know, you've talked about how it took you 4 years to sell your first property. What are some other challenges you faced in real estate in these 39 years? Okay, just one or two.
Yes, sometimes people think that real estate is easy. It's easy job. You become a developer and next day you are a millionaire. It's not like that. No, I'm still doing it because it's my passion to see people have a decent accommodation. It's my passion to see people employed. And that is what keeps me going. But if I look at the challenges with the land litigation, challenges with, you know, we don't have long-term funding, and challenges with even getting all the utilities and documentation, like permitting and other things. Sometimes it takes a bit of time. You buy a land, you have to make sure that you send your own water, your own light to the place. And it takes a lot of money. And you know our interest rate, going to borrow at 30+% to build houses, that's quite
high.
Quite high, because you need a long-term loan to also do a real estate. But because we are passionate, I want to get it down. I don't look at the negative, and I have a very solid team I work with. Some of my staff, I work with them for more than 30 years.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, that says a lot about you as a leader. If you have staff that have been around.
Blue Rose is a family.
It's a family. Blue Rose is a family. So tell us some of the other developments that you currently have for sale now. What is the name of the development? Whereabouts is it located within Kasoa?
Okay, we are currently working on Blue Gardens.
Blue Gardens, wow.
Blue Gardens, this is our latest development, and we are doing 520 units of 1 to 4 bedroom houses. It's a gated community, and Blue Gardens is a vast improvement of our previous system, because we keep improving and we keep adding up. And so far, we are doing 520 now. So far, about 200 is almost up, and already the ones which are up, people are living in.
Fantastic.
People are living in, and they are very happy, and we have all the utilities and other things also running. And the siren is also very peaceful.
Very peaceful.
Even the air is not polluted air, because you don't have a lot of lorries moving up and down. So, and the greens are also very.
Wow. This is your opportunity to be a part of Blue Gardens, be a part of the Blue Rose family. If you have any questions, please make sure you send it to our WhatsApp number 024-327-2753. Again, that's 024-327-2753. I'm having a wonderful discussion with the CEO of Blue Rose Limited. He has built over 2,500 homes for Ghanaians here and overseas. I have a few questions from the viewers. Good evening, Madam. I hope you are well. Please, I'm texting from Lashibi. Hello. Eben. Hello, Eben. And a civil servant. Is there a payment plan for me as I earn $3,000 a month?
Yes. As I said, there's this package, public sector housing scheme, which give very affordable rates to public sector workers. A lot of people have bought through it from that scheme. So you should contact his bank. I know a few banks are running that, and the interest rate is quite good. You can get a house, because there are teachers, nurses, and other security personnel who are bought from us through that scheme. So you should find out about public sector housing scheme.
Eben, thank you for your work as a civil servant. Please find out about the public sector housing scheme, where you could possibly qualify to be able to be part of.
You can get to Republic Bank.
Go to Republic Bank. Yes. And then you can qualify to be part of the Blue Rose family at Blue Gardens. All right, another question. Hello, doctor. I'm enjoying the show in Kumasi. Welcome, Kumasi. Please, when is Blue Rose coming to build in Kumasi or BA? You want him to move from Kasoa to Kumasi. When are you building in Kumasi?
Yes, we have a request to go to other places, and we are considering doing 3 more sites, likely Kumasi and 2 other regions. So watch out, very soon you'll see us close by.
Woo! Did you hear that? He will be in Kumasi very soon. So where can they go to get updates? They should just be checking the website frequently?
Yes, they should just follow us and be checking our website very soon.
What's the website address?
www.blueroselimited.com.
www.blueroselimited.com. Make sure you visit the website to get updates on their next location. This is exciting. All right. This is Amma Boatin in Tema, Newtown. Hello, Amma. Thank you for tuning in. Please, which bank is the company doing business with so that I can apply for a mortgage there? Tell us. He mentioned Republic Bank. What are some of the other
You see,
banks?
and a few other banks are also giving mortgage. I think Fidelity are giving mortgage. GCB is also giving mortgage.
Which one?
Ghana,
GCB, okay,
yes,
Ghana Commercial Bank,
and,
Republic Bank, Fidelity Bank, Stanbic Bank.
Yeah, a few. So they should just go inquire and.
So he said just go and inquire. But I think the first step is to actually call Blue Rose Limited, go to their site, take a look at the different houses that they have. As he said, right now they have the Blue Garden Estate. They're building 520 houses. They already have 200 homes that are up. Wouldn't you want to be a part of the Blue Garden Estate? We have another one here. This is a very inspiring conversation. I have learned a lot that as a man, there's hope in consistency. I'm Victoria in Oyarifa. Victoria in Oyarifa, thank you so much for your comment. So she said, you know, there's a lot of hope because she sees the consistency. What makes you consistent? For the last 39 years, every day you wake up with that same goal to put people in homes. How are you so consistent?
No, I've discovered what I'm in for. It's a service. I'm serving my workers, I'm serving our clients because I believe that we are born into service. So this area of my service. So I don't look at the challenges, I look at the positives. And every morning when I go to the office, I see the staff, I'm motivated. When I see the clients happy, I'm motivated. And that's it. It's not about money. I always tell that if it's money, by this time at least the little that I will eat, I will stay home.
Folks, you heard it from the CEO of Blue Rose Limited, Mr. Ebo Acquah, who says that it is your happiness, it is your joy, it is your fulfillment of becoming a homeowner that keeps him consistent and keeps him going, and that has kept him going for the last 39 years. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Homeowners Show today with my guest, Mr. Ebo Acquah, the CEO of Blue Rose Limited, who has put over 2,500 Ghanaians in homes. Mr. Acquah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Hannah. It's my pleasure meeting you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next Saturday, 6 p.m. right here on Metro TV. Have a great night.